The sun, our life-giving star, is acting strangely, and scientists are more alarmed than ever. For decades, we've studied the sun, believing we understood its cycles, its flares, and its immense power. But something has changed. A series of bizarre, unexplained events have left experts scrambling for answers. Some fear we're on the verge of a solar catastrophe, while others are questioning if something even more mysterious is at play. And here's the part that no one saw coming. This anomaly could affect every single person on Earth in ways we never imagined. It all started with an unusual burst of solar activity, more intense and erratic than anything seen in decades. Sunspots, those dark patches on the sun's surface caused by magnetic disturbances, have appeared in patterns that defy predictions. Massive solar flares, capable of disrupting satellites and power grids, are erupting with greater frequency. But it was one particular solar storm that truly sent shockwaves through the scientific community. This storm released an enormous wave of charged particles, so powerful that it briefly distorted Earth's magnetic field. In some parts of the world, radio communications blacked out without warning. GPS systems glitched. The auroras, normally visible only in polar regions, danced in the skies over cities far from the Arctic. Yet the strangest part? Instruments detected an anomaly in the sun's behavior that no model could explain. At first, scientists assumed it was an extreme but natural fluctuation. The sun goes through 11-year cycles of activity, alternating between quiet and violent periods. We're currently approaching the peak of solar cycle 25, so an increase in activity isn't unexpected. But the sheer intensity of what's happening now is breaking records, and some experts warn that this could be a sign of something far more unpredictable. Could the sun be entering a phase of hyperactivity? Or worse, could we be on the brink of a solar event so massive that it disrupts modern civilization? The key to understanding this mystery lies in a recent discovery made by a solar observatory tracking the sun's magnetic field. Scientists noticed an unusual shift, something that suggested the sun's internal dynamics might be changing in ways we've never seen before. Normally, the sun's magnetic field reverses every 11 years, flipping its poles in a process that regulates solar activity, but the data now suggests that this reversal might not be happening as expected. If this pattern holds, the consequences could be profound. A prolonged period of solar instability could increase the risk of superstorms, massive eruptions of energy that could cripple power grids, knock out satellites, and plunge entire continents into darkness. The last time Earth experienced a truly devastating solar storm was in 1859. Known as the Carrington event, it sent currents surging through telegraph wires, causing sparks, fires, and even shocking operators. If a similar event occurred today, the effects would be catastrophic. Power grids could fail, satellites could be knocked out, and financial markets could collapse in a matter of hours. The cost of recovery? Trillions of dollars. The human impact? Almost unimaginable. And here's the terrifying part. Some scientists believe we might be overdue for such an event, but there's another, even more unsettling theory. Some researchers are exploring the possibility that the sun's unusual behavior isn't just a natural fluctuation. It could be influenced by something external. Deep space telescopes have detected an unusual increase in cosmic radiation reaching our solar system, and some experts suspect that an unknown force, perhaps even a distant, massive object, could be subtly affecting the sun's magnetic field. Could an unseen celestial body be altering the very fabric of our solar system? It might sound like science fiction, but there are unexplained signals, strange gravitational anomalies, and models that hint at the presence of something lurking beyond our current detection. For now, all we can do is watch and prepare. Space agencies around the world are closely monitoring the sun, launching new probes and reinforcing infrastructure against potential solar storms. But the truth is, if the sun truly goes rogue, there's little we can do to stop it. We are at the mercy of our star, a giant nuclear furnace whose moods could shape the fate of humanity itself. So, what do you think? Are we witnessing the beginning of a solar superstorm, or is there something even stranger at play? Could an unknown force be influencing the sun in ways we don't yet understand? The warning signs started subtly, small, unremarkable changes in solar activity that most experts dismissed as routine fluctuations. But then, something happened that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. A powerful solar observatory detected an anomaly so bizarre that it defied everything we thought we knew about the sun. The data showed an unexpected surge in solar energy, unlike anything recorded in modern history. At first, scientists believed it was just an unusually strong solar flare, until they noticed something even stranger. The sun's magnetic field, the invisible force that drives its behavior, wasn't behaving as expected. It was shifting erratically, almost as if something unseen was interfering with it. To understand why this is so alarming, imagine the sun as a giant spinning top, powered by an intricate system of magnetic forces. These forces dictate when and where solar storms erupt, how the sun's energy flows, and even how much radiation reaches Earth. If this system becomes unstable, the consequences could be catastrophic. And here's where it gets even more concerning. This isn't just a one-time event. The sun's erratic behavior has been escalating over the past few months, with more frequent and intense solar flares disrupting satellite communications, radio signals, and even electrical grids in certain parts of the world. One of the most shocking discoveries came when researchers analyzing satellite data found evidence that the sun's polar magnetic fields, normally the most stable part of its magnetic system, were weakening far earlier than expected. This has never happened before, at least not in recorded history. Some experts believe this could be an early warning sign of a solar superstorm, one so powerful that it could knock out entire power grids and plunge modern civilization into chaos. Others think it could indicate an even deeper, more mysterious shift happening within the sun itself. But here's the part that truly defies explanation. Scientists monitoring cosmic radiation levels noticed an unusual spike, one that suggests something beyond our solar system may be influencing the sun's behavior. Could it be a hidden celestial force, an unknown cosmic event, or even an interaction with another star's gravitational field? Whatever the cause, one thing is clear. This isn't normal, and the implications could be far more significant than we ever imagined. With the sun behaving in ways we've never seen before, scientists are racing to understand what's really going on. The leading theory suggests that we may be heading toward a once-in-a-lifetime solar superstorm, an event so powerful it could send shockwaves through modern civilization. But could there be something even stranger at play? What if this sudden instability isn't just part of the sun's natural cycle, but a sign of something we've never encountered before? One possibility is that the sun's magnetic field is undergoing an unexpected shift, one that could lead to a prolonged period of hyperactivity. Historically, the sun follows an 11-year cycle, flipping its poles and resetting its energy output. But new data suggests this cycle might be breaking down. If true, we could be entering an era of extreme solar storms, with flares so intense they could fry satellites, disrupt global communications, and even cause massive blackouts on Earth. But then there's a more unsettling theory. Some researchers believe an unknown cosmic force might be interfering with our sun. Over the past decade, astronomers have detected an increase in high-energy cosmic rays bombarding our solar system, particles that originate from deep space, possibly from distant supernovae or even black holes. Could an unseen celestial body, something lurking beyond the reach of our telescopes, be distorting the sun's behavior? It might sound like science fiction, but gravitational anomalies detected at the edges of our solar system suggest there could be something massive out there, something influencing not just the sun but the entire solar system itself. And here's the most controversial idea of all. Some physicists have speculated that the sun's bizarre behavior could be linked to an undiscovered force of nature, something beyond our current understanding of physics. Could we be witnessing the early signs of a fundamental shift in how stars behave? Could this be evidence of a hidden interaction between our sun and the fabric of space itself? If any of these theories are true, then the implications are staggering. We might be on the verge of discovering something that rewrites everything we know about our place in the universe. But the real question is, what happens next? But not everyone is convinced that we're on the verge of a solar catastrophe. While some scientists are raising alarms, others argue that this is simply a case of overreacting to natural solar cycles. According to mainstream astrophysicists, the sun has always been unpredictable to some degree, and while the recent activity is unusual, it may not be as catastrophic as some fear. They point to historical data showing that the sun has had extreme periods before, yet life on Earth continued. Dr. Mark Ellison, a leading solar physicist, dismisses the doomsday predictions, arguing that while solar flares can be disruptive, our technology has vastly improved since past solar events. Yes, we're seeing an uptick in solar activity, but that's expected as we approach the solar maximum. We don't have evidence to suggest we're dealing with anything beyond the normal fluctuations of the sun, he says. Others believe that cosmic radiation spikes and magnetic anomalies are being misinterpreted. Some skeptics suggest that our instruments are simply more sensitive than ever before, detecting variations that have always existed but were previously unnoticed. And while theories about hidden celestial forces or cosmic interactions sound intriguing, most astronomers say there's no direct evidence to support them, at least not yet. But even among the skeptics, there's one thing they all agree on. We are still vulnerable. The modern world is more dependent on technology than ever, and even a moderate solar storm could have massive consequences for power grids, satellites, and global communication networks. So, while the scientific community debates the cause of the sun's strange behavior, one question remains unanswered. Are we truly prepared for the worst-case scenario? And more importantly, what if this is just the beginning? And here's the part that no one expected. Just days ago, a new solar observation sent chills down the spines of researchers. A sudden massive burst of energy erupted from the sun, unlike anything seen in decades. But it wasn't just the intensity that shocked scientists. It was the timing. According to all our models, this event should not have happened. It defied predictions, acting as if the sun itself had broken free from the patterns we've relied on for centuries. Some experts now believe we may be witnessing the beginning of a completely new solar phase, one that could change how we understand not just our sun but stars across the universe. If that's true, the consequences could be far more unpredictable than anyone realizes. Could this be the warning sign of a massive solar event that no one is ready for? Or could it be evidence of something even more mysterious? An external force subtly reshaping our cosmic neighborhood? One thing is certain. The sun is behaving strangely, and we still don't know why. The question is, will we figure it out before it's too late? What do you think? Are we on the brink of a solar disaster, or is something even bigger at play? Let me know in the comments below. So, what do you think? Is the sun entering an unpredictable and dangerous phase, or is there an unknown force at work that we haven't even begun to understand? One thing is certain, this mystery is far from over. Scientists are watching closely, but the big question remains, are we truly prepared for whatever comes next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you thought this was shocking, wait until you hear what scientists just discovered about a mysterious signal coming from deep space. Click here to watch that next. You won't believe what they found.